Hi, I'm Elsie.
And I'm Jenny.
We are semi-serious, and this is our podcast.
Hello, everyone.
It's been a little while.
It's been a long while.
I don't know how many weeks.
I mean,
since before the Oscars,
yeah,
right?
it's basically like a month, no?
That was unintentional.
Yeah.
It just happened that way.
Yeah, like life happens.
Yeah. Also, I feel like not a lot has been going on.
No, like pop culture's been kind of like
Lame
the last month.
Dead.
Yeah. Nothing exciting has happened. Oh, well, the only like exciting things that are like not really that exciting, but people are like freaking out about are like how Zayn from One Direction potentially
Oh my God.
cheated on his girlfriend or fiance.
Wait.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that part. I just know the whole like he quit the tour or whatever.
Yeah. So like all these pictures came out of him like holding hands with some other girl or whatever, and like he was like the media and everybody was giving him like crap for like doing that to his fiance while he's on tour. So he quit the tour because he was stressed out over that.
Oh, that's what the stress was.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's our age.
Okay, why are you engaged?
I don't know.
In the first place, you're in One Direction.
I know, he should not be engaged. And like his
He
fiance
should be
is also
single.
a pop star.
Oh, well, I don't know. But poor Zayn.
I know, I feel bad for him.
May he relieve all the stress he has.
I agree on this break.
Yeah, it might be good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, maybe, call off the engagement.
Maybe, yeah.
You're gonna get divorced anyways.
True.
That's my thinking.
Yeah, so that's basically, I think, the only like thing that pop culture that's like everybody's kind of talking about. But like that's about it that I know of.
Yeah, maybe I'm just out of the loop.
See, I felt the same way too. So like I started like being more like active on like Twitter and like checking Perez Hilton and stuff lately. But like even like his like stuff is kind of like
No news.
yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. We'll live.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, pop culture-wise, the only thing that has been happening, a lot of stuff has been going on, I guess you can say, is in television.
Yes.
A lot of good TV.
A lot of good TV. Wow.
Has been coming out lately.
Sorry guys, I'm like
Teetering.
yeah, I'm like potting on my bed and like I went to go reach for my glasses and I didn't realize that
Not stable.
Yep, but
We're back.
we're back. We are back. But yeah, lots of TV stuff.
Yeah, too much TV stuff almost. I feel like there's so much stuff I need to watch and haven't gotten to. But after weeks of you coercing me and telling me to watch this show, I finally did it and I got hooked and I love it so much. And I'm talking about Empire.
The greatest show that's ever happened in the last like year.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3. But yeah, Empire, I think personally it's the greatest show ever. I love it.
It's so good.
So good.
It like sucks you into its little world. After the pilot episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to watch more.
Mm-hmm.
And I regret not watching it earlier.
Yeah,
I caught up.
I started watching when the 4th episode was airing. I knew about it, but I was like, I don't have time to watch like TV right now. But then I was like, no, like everybody's talking about it and it's about music and like hip hop. So I was like, I can get into this. Like, I dig it. And so I watched the first episode and then I watched 3 in a row and then I was like, no. And started watching it every week after that.
Yeah, it's just so dramatic. And there's
dramatic.
so many plot lines going on at once. There's something for everyone to get into. I think that's why it's been so successful.
I
At least that's
totally
part of
right.
it.
And it touches on a lot of issues, like a lot of current social issues.
Yeah. So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about the show is the musical numbers in it when people perform. I'm just like, oh my God.
Why?
Cut this out.
It's a show
Because
about a record
a record label.
Of course, there's going to be musical pieces.
It makes... Well, no. It doesn't have to.
Yeah, it does.
They can just cut those parts out.
No, because
and
the
then
kids
it can still go.
The kids are talented and they're trying to be artists, so of course they're going to be performing.
Yeah, but like they don't need to perform the whole song on the show.
They don't perform the whole song. Have you listened to
it?
the...
Seems like it.
Well, have you listened to I guess you call it a soundtrack?
The soundtrack? No, I have
Oh,
not.
I have. I love it. And like the songs are like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, that's how long it seems like they're performing on TV.
Yeah, they're performing for like 30 to like seconds to like maybe 2 minutes at the most.
I just don't like musicals, so anytime someone's like singing on television or in a movie, I'm just like, kill me.
Ugh.
That's my one downside of it.
I'm just kidding. I love musicals. They're my favorite.
But yeah, besides that, I think also when I first started watching it, the one thing I was like kind of iffy on was just like how soap opera-y.
See, I love soap operas.
Soap opera-ish, whatever it can get. But then, yeah, like you have to like just embrace that that's part of the show.
It's like not trying to be like this great television show, like direction-wise or like written-wise. It's just trying to be a really good soap opera, in my opinion. Which makes it a really good show because it's really good at what it's doing. Yeah,
definitely. But another thing that I'm worried about for the show is the second season. I'm scared that it's not going to be as good because, I mean, putting out a second season of any show is always really hard. Like, to live up to the expectations that everyone has probably about it. So I'm nervous about that. I hope all goes well. But we'll see what happens in the second season. Because, like, a lot happened in the season finale because it was 2 hours long.
A lot did happen. I have so many questions.
And it all happened so fast.
The 2 hours did not feel like 2 hours. It felt like it was, like, a 1 hour show.
Yeah, and then just, like, people's alliances changed so quickly throughout the show. Or throughout the last episode. That's
so much shit's going to happen in the second season. Because you know all these alliances are, like, fake.
Not going to last.
You know. Like, they're, like, for 1 second, and then they're going to... Everybody turns on everyone, and it's awesome.
It's so frustrating. I hate it. Love this show. I hate this show.
I also can talk about how Drip Drop is, like, the greatest song.
Greatest song ever. After me complaining about how I hate how they sing on the show, I actually do really like the majority of the songs.
Yeah.
Drip Drop especially... is a great song. You guys should all listen to it.
It's also a really good workout song.
Next time I go running, I think I'm gonna download it.
It's great. It has like the kind of like the build up where you can like jog or like do abs really slow, and then as soon as he starts singing that drip drop chorus, you can just like sprint. It's great.
Definitely gonna add that to my workout playlist. Predictions for season 2. What do you think is gonna happen?
I think that Lucius is gonna completely screw over Jamal. Jamal.
For sure.
And like it sucks because I'm sure Jamal is gonna like isolate himself from Cookie and like his brothers.
Everyone.
Just to like, because he has daddy issues, and Lucius is just gonna screw him over. Spoilers. So if you haven't seen like.
Oh yeah, no. This whole episode we're gonna be basically talking about television and. It's all going to have spoilers. So if you haven't seen any of this stuff and want to see it, don't pay attention.
Or if you're like debating about seeing a show and you want to know more about, I guess, do pay attention and then you can watch it for yourself.
Yeah.
But I also I feel like the hostile takeover is going to fail.
Can we talk about how in that scene where they're taking Lucius away in handcuffs and then he looks over at Hakeem and Andre and they're like looking at him like, yeah. That was the funniest scene I've ever. It was so dramatic.
Like when they did that,
so
it made me think that it was Andre that like turned him in because Andre knew.
I have no idea who tipped them.
It was Vernon.
I just assumed it was like the feds figured
Vernon
it out.
Told them. They say at the end of that little scene.
Yeah, that he was the star witness. But I thought that was a hilarious scene and
his little
it
monologue
made me laugh
at the end too. How he's like
God.
immortal or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a god, or whatever he says. It's funny.
So I don't think the hostile takeover is gonna work because I feel like Lucius is gonna have some some sort of drug deal again, like he used to in the past, and like use that money to buy all the shares or something like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But to be honest, I have no idea what's gonna happen, and like the fact that like Oprah and Common are gonna be in the next season.
Oh my god!
I'm so excited to have them on there.
That's so funny to me.
But I don't know what they're going to do.
I wonder, like, yeah, what is Oprah's character going to be? Is she just going to be like Oprah? And, like, Lucius Lyon goes on Oprah and is, like, apologizes. I'm putting apologizes in air quotes about, like, everything that's happened. So he, like, it's a PR move.
I feel like Oprah's just going to be, like, acting.
Like for real acting.
Like, Color Purple.
What happened to Courtney Love? I want to know.
Probably show
Did
up.
she die?
No, she's still on there.
Or
because when they're trying to, like, when they have that, like, breach or whatever, they, like, talk to her to make sure she stays with the label.
Oh,
I'm sure she'll come back somehow. She's like a guest. Like Raven Simone was only on there for like 2 episodes.
Yeah. I wonder if Jamal's kid's going to come back or
I feel
not.
like she is. Because a lot of people really liked that. And that's also game changer though, because that's technically Lucius's kid. So she can be an heir to Empire also.
She's like 4.
But you never know.
She wouldn't be first in line though. Like they would have to wait a really long time. Well, now that he's not going to die. Which is another big reveal.
Huge reveal.
But I don't know if I like... I mean, I understand why they did it because they need to keep him around. But that's like what made the show super interesting is that he like eventually was going to die.
Well, he still has like a chronic illness.
Yeah, but it's really manageable.
But maybe something's going to happen where it's not. Like maybe his...
I feel like that's too many twists. Like, oh, I'm going to die. No, I'm not. JK, yes, I am.
I mean, I really want him to die. He's a horrible character.
I want him to die, and I just want Jamal to live happily ever after. That's all I want from the show.
Oh, no, because Jamal won't live happily ever after because there's Hakeem and Andre.
I want them all to get along. Deep down, they're all brothers, and they all love each other. And I feel like they can come together and, like, live happily ever after. And, like, Cookie can just, like, hang out.
We will see. I'm excited to see like what direction the show takes, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hope they like slow down a little and like or allow themselves to like.
Because there's so many like
explore
things unanswered, like the whole like Cookie paying that dude to kill the other guy.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna come back.
That never came up in the season finale. Yeah, that needs to come back eventually. I want to know what's going to happen with, like, the Vernon thing.
And technically, like, Anika still works for Beretti. So why is she helping the Lions?
Because she wants revenge against Lucius.
There's just so many questions. I didn't want it to end.
It's not going to come back for a while, right?
I don't think it's going to come back until next year.
Yeah, so we have plenty of time to think of a whole bunch of theories.
We do.
But yeah, overall, very, very interesting, thrilling, enticing show.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. But it's also, like, funny. There's moments of it that are, like, really funny.
I agree.
It's got both worlds, the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So really, it's just a show for everyone.
Yeah, it's a show for everybody, and it's changing the game, and everybody should watch it.
I mean, it's amazing that, like, each week there was just more and more people watching it live.
Yeah, and that hasn't, like, happened
in forever.
Yeah. So that makes me really
I felt
happy.
very happy.
Jinx.
I was gonna say I felt very happy watching the season finale and be like, I'm contributing.
Yeah.
To these numbers.
Well, see, I think live television is better than anything else. So I try to watch live television as much as I can.
The thing is that I've realized, because I make it a point of watching Girls and Looking and Broad City and Parenthood when it was on for the last season,
Mm-hmm.
I made a point of watching it live. But the thing I realized that I don't like about watching TV live anymore is that I feel I'm distracted when I'm watching it live. Maybe I should just stop bringing my phone down with me when I watch television, because I'm like looking at my phone or something and then I miss something. I feel a lot more comfortable when I'm like watching it on my computer and I can pause and like take my time watching it, you know?
Yeah.
Because usually when I watch Broad City or Girls, I watch it live and then like a few days later I'll watch the episode again on my computer to really get it.
See,
maybe that's overkill.
I'm the other way around. Whenever I watch stuff on my computer, I'm always on my phone, and I miss things.
Yeah,
I'm like more attentive when it's live.
That's what
because I feel like
most people I think are.
Yeah, because it's like if you don't watch it now, it's like you're never gonna watch it.
Not true though.
But like that's how it used to be, and that's how it should be, in my opinion.
Then so many shows wouldn't like survive past season 1.
Well, a lot of shows used to survive past season 1.
Yeah.
It's just now technology just like changed the TV game and the whole rating situation and stuff.
Yeah. Whatevs. It's all good. Speaking of a show that is not on television and is on this new thing.
Netflix.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which makes me just think of Schmidt from New Girl.
Me too. That's honestly
and like how they're like
I thought.
some alternate universe, they're related or something.
I feel like they totally are.
It's like Schmidt's like weird cousin that he doesn't like to talk about.
Yeah, it's her.
Because she's a mole woman.
It has to be her.
But yeah, show on Netflix that came out how long ago? I don't know, like a month ago?
No, I feel like it was 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes me feel bad about how quickly
you
I went
watched
through.
it like right when it came out.
Yeah, I think I watched it like the day after it came out. I started watching it. I didn't finish it all in one day. I think it took me a week to watch all of them.
Yeah.
But I did watch all of them.
It's by the same people who did 30 Rock.
Yeah, it's Tina Fey and some other guy.
And that
whose
other
name
guy.
I don't know. Who cares?
All that matters is Tina Fey.
Right.
I personally can't get into it.
What episode are you on?
I just finished episode 4.
Okay.
Like, I can't watch more than 2 episodes in one day, and, like, I don't want to watch more than 2 in a week. But I kind of get why, because I also can't get into 30 Rock, and if it's the same people, it makes sense for me not being able to get into the show.
You can't get into 30 Rock?
No.
Why not?
I just can't. I've tried. Like, I've tried really hard, because...
I feel like 30 Rock is definitely, like, maybe not your sense of humor. But Unbreakable Kimmy, I feel like, is a little bit more your sense of humor.
Nope.
Which
is, like, annoying, because, like, I love Tina Fey, and, like, I wish that I could get into, like, her shows, but I just...
You can't.
I can't. Like, and, like, I feel like I always compare it to, like, Parks and Rec.
That's Amy Poehler.
That's love Amy Poehler.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like Amy Poehler is the much more approachable, like, everyone likes her more than Tina Fey. Tina Fey is, like, the darker one a little bit, you know, the more sarcastic, the more ironic one, whereas Amy is, like, the more happy-go-lucky one. At least Parks and Rec is definitely a lot lighter.
I don't think it's actual people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know them.
I mean, like, the characters that they play definitely are like that.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, I think Tina Fey is, like, a genius writer.
You just don't think anything she writes is funny?
No, I think it's funny, too. I just can't get it. Like, I laugh when I watch 30 Rock. I just can't get myself to, like, watch more than, like, 1 or 2 episodes. Which is interesting. I don't know. I need to analyze myself more watching these shows. But I still think Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt so far has been really funny. Like, see, like, I think the humor is great. I just can't watch more than 2 episodes.
Yeah, it took me time to finish it. It wasn't a show that I was like, oh my god, I'm excited to watch another episode.
Yeah.
I finished it because I felt like I had to. I was like, oh, I already got this far. Might as well just finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like super excited to watch any of it.
It's like something to watch when you're not sure what to watch. It's like, I just want something light. And then you watch Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I mean, my go-to is always Scrubs. I'm like, if I want to watch something but like not actually watch something, I just put on Scrubs. But yeah, I don't even think watching Unbreakable as something like that, like a show that I watch to not watch, I wouldn't choose it.
Yeah. Because
I would like completely ignore it. I'd much rather just like not watch anything. But like, I don't hate the show either.
Yeah, I feel like this show in general has been really interesting because a lot of people are like, it's so good, it's great. And other people are like, it's okay. Like, I like it, but I don't love it.
Right,
and then you have all those people that are like, this is a horrible show because of the whole, like, race thing.
Yeah, which is, like, part of what bothered me about the show is that, like, the racial jokes or the jokes to, like, hip-hop culture and how Kimmy, like, imitates this. I don't think it was funny. Like, at all.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And then the whole, like, Dawn character is really offensive.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet, but I heard a interview with Titus.
Oh yeah.
How he personally thought it was like ridiculous that people thought that was racist, because he said that there's this stereotype that white women don't like Asian men, and in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, like, she chose the Asian guy.
Okay.
And
yeah.
so he thought it was like,
that's not an excuse. Okay, one doesn't cancel out the other, though. Just because you have a white woman and an Asian man get together doesn't mean that the portrayal of that Asian man isn't racist.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I thought it was, like, interesting that, like, Titus, who is a black male, was saying that it wasn't racist.
He's not Asian.
True.
I'm not Asian either, by the way. But no, I mean, it is. His name is Dong, first of all, which is, like, okay, great joke. Like, 6th grader could have made that joke.
I don't understand.
And it's just like his accent is like a really strong racist accent that, like, people back in the day, like in the 60s or whatever, 50s, whenever they had like an Asian character, they had that accent. Well, and it was really offensive.
Is the character off the boat? Like, not to be like offensive, but like, is he like
his plot line in it is that he's like an illegal immigrant.
So wouldn't he have that accent if he was an illegal immigrant?
Let me look up how, like, if he like got there when he was a kid or something.
Yeah.
He looks also really young.
Ah.
Like a lot younger than
If he was here
Ali
when he
Kemper.
was little, then he shouldn't be.
He wouldn't have an accent.
Like that thick.
Or at least that strong of an accent. Whatever. It's just because the character or the actor that plays him doesn't have an accent. It's not how he speaks. Doesn't mean he's not Asian. Just because you don't have an accent.
Yeah, but like, I think it all depends on what the character's plot was.
It was basically that he was like an illegal immigrant.
But like, if
that she meets in her GED class.
Ah.
Which is also kind of like a racist plotline.
Why is she in that class?
Because she never graduated high school. She wants to get her GED.
Oh, got it. How is that racist though that they have that there?
I mean, it's not innately racist.
But like,
why not just have a different plotline? Maybe I'm like being too critical.
I feel like you're being a little too critical. I think, but you know, you can have your own opinion and stuff.
Well, I think once you see his character play out, you'll be like, oh yeah, this isn't that great. Also, the whole Native American plotline.
That, I think, is the weirdest plotline ever.
It is. It's so weird.
It's so random.
It doesn't make sense. Like, why put that in there? It's not funny.
I don't like.
It doesn't add humor to it, and it doesn't make her more interesting to me.
Me neither. So for those, like, just a little background, I don't know her name.
Jane Krakowski is her real name, but her name on the show is Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah. So Jacqueline, so her, like, backstory is that she is Native American, like, and she leaves her home and, like, her tribe to go to New York, and, like, she wants to, like,
be an American.
And so she dyes her hair blonde and, like, gets blue contacts or whatever.
Yeah.
And completely just changes who she is.
But the thing is, like, in real life, she is blonde. I don't know if she has blue eyes, but she's, like, very white looking.
Like a white woman.
So also, like, why not, if you were going to have someone be Native American and pretend to be white, why don't you just
get a real Native
get someone who's actually Native American?
Put on a blonde wig or something.
Yeah, or something like that. That would make it, I think, a little funnier.
I think so, too.
Instead of this, like, clearly not Native American woman.
I think they were trying to be, like, ironic, but it's like, no.
It wasn't funny.
It's not funny, and it's so random. And again, like you said, it doesn't make her a more interesting character.
No.
If anything, it makes her, like, a worse character because she's, like, shallow and insecure, and...
It does humanize her a little bit, but, like, not enough to warrant or to justify it.
It's not even about, like, making her more human, because I feel like there are people like her character in real life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think we're trying to make her more likable, and it's just kind of like, doesn't do anything.
Well, also, I think maybe the reason why it's such a weird, and not like weird in like a good way, because there's weird shows and you're like, oh, this show is so good, but it's weird, but like weird in a bad way, is because they originally wrote the show for NBC, like for it to air on NBC, but NBC like passed on it, and so they went to Netflix instead. And I feel like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think the reason why NBC passed on it, I'm not 100% sure this is correct, but it's because they thought it was like too dark-ish, like kind of, I mean, the plot line itself, the premise of the show, like it could have been a very dark, sad show. This woman who was in a cult in a bunker escapes. Like this could have been a very dark show, but it's not. It's very light and funny, or it tries to be.
If they got denied from NBC, they literally could have made the show a lot better. Like they could have like edited a little bit to like make the jokes a little funnier.
Well, I think that's what people are expecting from season 2, because since it's on Netflix now, a lot of people are like, oh, since it's on Netflix, season 2 is going to be a lot funnier. They're going to be able to take a lot more risks.
Oh, so they didn't even try to rewrite it for Netflix, or they just pitched it.
I think it just stayed the same.
Oh, see, well, yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, I think it takes a lot to rewrite an entire show for a whole different network. And maybe they had like a time crunch. I mean, I guess when you have like
big names like that, it doesn't really matter what you do. Unfortunately,
right? Yeah, I'm sure Netflix was like, Tina Fey, awesome. Let's just greenlight it and go.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, but oh well.
Whatever. But yeah, so it was just, I mean, parts of it, I agree, were like really funny. Like there were some parts where I would like literally laugh out loud, and I thought it was so funny. But those parts were so far and few.
Yeah, so far I've been laughing more than I've been like, this is like horrible. But I also like don't think it's like as great as people have been saying it is.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's that great. Yeah,
it's funny, but like I said, it's something for me that I would just like turn on to watch when I don't know what to watch.
Yeah, which I guess is kind of a compliment.
Yeah, like I would watch it, but like I like it, but I'm not a fan. That's my stand on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
We'll see what happens with season 2.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it just because I already watched season 1. Unless it gets like terrible, and then I'll just stop.
Yeah. But something that is funny.
What is funny?
Is Broad City.
Oh my God, yes.
Love that show.
I think it's... I can't speak. I can never speak on this stupid podcast.
It's okay. My accent has almost slipped like 3 times, but I've like held it back.
Unanimously?
Unanimously? Yeah.
Hard you? You?
Yeah, you.
Unanimously. That sounds so weird to me. Unanimously. I feel like that's wrong.
No, that's right.
Whatever. I hate that word. Anyways, I feel like everyone I've met has loved this show. I feel like no one doesn't like this show.
I completely agree.
It's amazing. It's super funny. It's smart. It's progressive.
It's well done. Like the direction,
it's super well done.
The editing,
the writing,
the acting, everything. It's just wonderful.
So it's second season. In the beginning, I was a little iffy though, because I think, what was the first episode? I didn't like it that much.
What was the first?
Was it the heat wave?
Yeah, it was. I liked that episode. Seth Rogen was there.
Seth Rogen was in it. They had some amazing guest stars.
Phil from the Future was in that.
Smoking weed.
Yeah, he was a college freshman.
Even though he's like older than us.
Yeah, he's like 28. I just feel like this season had like really like strong, memorable episodes and scenes.
For sure. I think it has my favorite. The second season has my favorite episode to date.
What is it?
The Kirk Steele one where Alana babysits and then Abby finds out her boss Trey was in a porno.
That is my favorite episode too.
It was so funny when Trey is doing the porno and he's like, and my favorite movie's Garden State. Like that was a genius line.
I just like, I love that too, and like just how like this little kid is like,
he stole the episode.
He did. He totally
He was
did.
so good. He needs to be nominated for an Emmy.
I think so too. I think so too. He's so funny. Like, it was so smart. And then like, that Beacon's Closet that they were at, I've been to that one.
Oh my God.
It's the one in Brooklyn, and it's like the main like huge one. And I just like that scene was just so funny because that's so true. Like when you go to these like stores where you like can trade in your clothes for money or store credit, it's like they give you nothing for like such
these expensive clothes.
Yeah, that was a great. I also really liked the one where Jaime became a citizen on the boat.
Oh yeah,
I really liked that
citizenship.
Episode. Yeah,
that was funny. That was like the only episode I remember Bevers being in.
He was also the one where like Abby was his trainer.
Oh, right. And then he farted, and then Trey thought that it was her.
Yeah.
That was definitely a female fart.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I loved, I think, okay, my favorites were the last three, were the Kirk Steele one, the coat check one, and the season finale.
Yeah, I like the St. Mark's one.
Yeah.
I really like that one too.
I loved how like the little side conversations that were going on while they were walking around New York City. Like when those drunk girls walked by and they're talking about edamame.
So funny. So funny. I really like about Broad City, and I like read, like I kind of skimmed an article about this, was just how they like do such a good job of capturing what goes on in New York streets. Like every single time that I watch it, I like remember like my summer being there and being like, yes, like that totally happened to me like when I was there, especially in this last like St. Mark's episode, because I went out on that street like twice, and like it was one of my favorite places to go to. And so I was like, oh my god, like exactly how I remember it. And so like I really appreciate that, and like I also feel like it gives people who haven't been to New York like a really good like representation,
realistic feel
of what it's like.
Yeah, unlike Sex and the City.
Yeah. Or like Gossip Girl.
It's definitely a lot more realistic in all aspects of like what a mid 20-year-old's life is like.
Yeah.
I think they pretty much hit the nail on the head with every little detail and thing that happens when you're at that age and that point in your life.
Yeah, and like I feel like I'm sure the audience that watches is mostly female, but I feel like males could also really enjoy the show.
Yeah, I don't know that many straight guys in general. But the ones that I do know, I think enjoy the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a show that anyone can get into regardless of gender.
I agree. The only thing though is that I like don't find it believable. Well, I can't talk now. Believable that Alana just turned 23.
Right?
It's like not like that's like she should at least
24 is more believable.
I would say if she was turning 24, I'd believe it. Because in the first season, that means she was 22, which means she just like graduated college.
Yeah, they mentioned that she was 22 in the first season.
Yeah. So like then it's also just kind of annoying because you know that her family is supporting her in living in New York.
I don't know.
Which is the only thing that makes it not realistic.
I mean, it's realistic for some people.
But just like the way that she acts and how she acts like she's against that kind of stuff, you know?
I think you're reading too much into her
backstory. I totally am.
Like we have no idea.
I totally admit it.
Maybe she is doing it on her own. You know, we don't know that. I like to think she is.
I like to think she is too, but like meeting her family and stuff, you know. That's not true.
Oh my god, that was
because her
such
brother,
a good part.
Oh, I loved meeting her family. Her family's the greatest. And like her brother had like a wedding for his dog.
Yeah.
Which makes me like I'm just reading too much into her backstory.
What are you trying to judge people for having dog weddings?
I'm just saying that her family's probably supporting her if like you can have dog
Her brother's
weddings.
older than her though.
True. But can we talk about the episode where we get to meet her family, which is also the pegging episode?
Oh my god, iconic episode for multiple reasons, but especially the pegging. Like I feel like that's just gonna be in like sociology or like pop culture textbooks where it's like, look how progressive we have come.
I didn't even know pegging
in terms
was
of sexuality.
Like I didn't know there was a name for that. I mean,
I have no idea.
I knew that was a thing, but I didn't know it had a name.
I did not know it was a thing, and I did not know it had a name. I was blown away.
You guys should look up what pegging is, because I like.
Make sure you are in
it's not
safe
for
space.
Work.
No, it's definitely not. But yeah, no, I thought it was so funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
And they played it so well.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree.
such a realistic, I'm putting that in air quotes too, because hasn't happened to me.
Me neither.
Clearly. But like the way that like Abby played it, she was like freaking out, and then she's like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then the fact that like Jeremy like gets mad at her for ruining his dildo.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I really, really loved is that then the relationship ends. Clearly, duh.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Like, she's not like dwelling over it. He's not dwelling over it. It's just kind of like, you're an asshole, so deuces.
Right. And it's not like I don't see them ever coming back together, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see them reintroducing him later on and being like, they're in love again, you know?
Yeah.
It's not realistic. If this is what to happen in real life, that's exactly what would have happened.
Yeah, which is great. I also loved how this season, like, we really got to, like, see Abby more and, like, the way that she thinks and how she does things. Because I feel like the first season was more about Alana. Yeah.
That's true. There was a lot of Abby.
And there's a lot of Abby in this season, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
Like, I like that they, like, it's not a show just about Alana. It's, like, a show about Alana and Abby.
Yeah. And I like how both season finales were about, like, each other's birthdays. And it was just, like, an episode where it really focused on each other. Like, them as a friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Friend, not
as
a group.
a friendship.
Yes. Friend duo.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out who the hell was on that blanket.
I'm pretty sure it was Hannibal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't really see, and I was like, who is that?
But I don't know, though. Like, I feel
That
like...
would be really funny.
I'm like, that's why I'm hoping it is him.
I can't imagine, like, who else would it be?
Yeah, and, like, it kind of looked like his, like, body structure.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like his body. But I couldn't see his face, so I don't know.
Yeah. The one complaint I do have is I wish there was more Jaime.
Me too. At least
But I always want more Jaime.
At least there was more than in the first season.
Yeah.
Like, he got an entire episode, sort of.
I love DUIs.
Great episode.
Yeah, I just want him to have his own show, basically.
I feel like there should be a spin-off between Jaime and Lincoln, yes. I want there to be a spin-off of Jaime and Lincoln.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Getting into shenanigans.
Yeah, like, I'm sure...
I would watch that.
Like, Lincoln might, like, show up randomly, yeah, like, they're apart, like, Alana's in Jaime's apartment and Alana isn't there. And it's like, they hang out.
Or, like, Alana and Lincoln made plans, but then Alana forgot, so Lincoln ends up at the apartment, and Jaime's like, oh, Alana's gone for, like, the week, and they, like, hang out for a week.
That'd be a great web series. We should pitch that to them.
You guys. Well, Hannibal's getting his own show.
Oh, yes, he told me that.
So, we will be seeing more of him, which, oh, God, I love him so much, just as a human being.
He's great.
The fact that he, like, played drums for, Speedy Ortiz at South by Southwest, even though he doesn't know how to play drums.
This is great. I think
it's so funny.
I think so too.
But anyways, very excited for the third season, even though it's not going to be
for another year
on for a long time.
What are we gonna do this next year until all the good TV shows come back?
Rewatch season 1 and 2 over and over again.
True.
Like I did with season 1 of Broad City.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to own the box sets or something. But yeah, those are our 3 shows that we
highly recommend,
kind of like, and are obsessed with.
Right.
And you should check them out.
Yeah, and shows that everyone's been talking about. Another show that I'm going to add real quickly, because you haven't seen it, but
I should
also
see it.
Everyone has been talking about it, and I just finished watching it. I was really late to the game on this one. I think the season finale had aired when I started watching it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because it was only 6 episodes. The docu-series on HBO, The Jinx.
Which I really want to see.
Which is freaking amazing. So fascinating. I think recently, I don't know, with the whole, like, serial thing, it's, like, in the same vein because it's something that actually happened. It's people documenting it. And, I mean, the people on The Jinx weren't trying to figure it out who did it. I mean, it was pretty clear from the get-go, like, who did it. It was just more, like, the case itself is just so interesting that you, like, want to learn more about it. And the fact that Robert Durst was, like, willing to have this documentary be made about him.
That he was willing
he
to
did
do
it because he's a fucking psycho and is, like, probably really egotistical and, like, love the attention, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's why he did it. Why else would you do it?
Which is, like, so, okay, a question for you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the series yet, but of course I've like read about it and I heard about it.
Yeah.
And like,
It's hard to not like already know about it, you know?
yeah, it's like same thing with Serial. Like it's a real thing that happens. So you know the details. They just
Yeah.
delve in more into it.
Yeah.
Do you think that he purposely confessed?
I think so.
Like people are saying like, oh, he forgot that the mic was on.
I think that's bullshit. I think he knew. I think he knew his mic was on. I think this was all a ploy that he thought of himself to create attention for himself. Because he's a fucking psycho who killed 3 people and got away with it. And now he's bored. And he's like, I want people to pay attention to me. Because he's this old, sad man. Like, no one's paying attention to him.
Yeah.
He's super rich.
Yeah.
Like, he's bored.
Yeah. Like, I just.
Please
like,
don't kill me.
Robert Durst. Because, like, I find it, like, too much of a coincidence that during when the season finale aired, he, you know,
got arrested like the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, but now I'm wondering, like, did he know that his arrest was coming? So he was just kind of like, fuck this, I'm going to confess secretly.
No, I don't think that's okay. So like they interviewed the director, whatever, the person that behind the documentary, Steven, I think that's his first name, Janowski or something like that. Who, fun fact, I read his Wikipedia page. He wrote the season 2 theme song to Felicity.
Oh, no way.
Which is so weird. Which is also a song I have on my iTunes. Both theme songs of Felicity I own. Proud of that fact. But anyways, he interviewed with the New York Times and they were like asking him questions about the timeline of like the way things were presented in the documentary and how they actually happened. This is going into like more details. He was like arrested for being on his brother's property because his brother thought he was going to kill him. So he was arrested for that. And in the documentary, it makes it seem like he was arrested for that. And then he decided to go in for the second interview where he like reveals that he killed everyone. But in reality, people are saying that that second interview happened before the arrest. So what was the incentive of that second interview for him to go in, you know? And like, if the interview happened before the arrest, then like it just kind of muddles everything. And it's like, well, what order did things really happen in? And like, why did they happen this? I don't know. It's just really confusing. I was reading articles about it and I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just interesting. And also like the fact that this documentary brings up the idea that like a documentary is also kind of fiction because obviously the director is editing this
the documentary
in
is in
a
real
certain
life.
way. Yeah, we shouldn't be taking it at face value.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are taking it as face value. Like you have to be aware of the way, because the last 2 episodes of the series are filmed and edited and presented in a very different manner than the beginning of the documentary. The beginning is very like professional and efficient and stuff like that. The last 2 a lot more like voyeuristic. Like they have a lot more like behind the scenes footage put in there, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole thing was so fascinating. It was scary to watch.
I see. I love
and like
that
realize,
kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, like because whenever there was an interview with him with Robert Durst, it was just like, oh, this person killed 3 people, and he's just like sitting there, like talking in front of a camera, like it's nothing.
It's crazy.
And he was just like, weird, like a weird guy in general, like his tics and stuff on the show. Where I was just like, you're just a weird guy.
I'm so excited. I need to find this online. I need to watch it.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
I really need to watch it.
I wish I hadn't heard about the whole thing before going into it, because I think it would have been even better. Like, it would have been more of a surprise. Like, oh my God, he actually killed these people. Like, his confession would have been more shocking, maybe. But since, like, you know, it's hard to avoid a spoiler or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's real life, so it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah. I feel like that makes it more exciting, though, because you get to know more of the details.
Yeah, the whole thing was just, like, super interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, definitely give it a go.
I also like his, like, second wife or whatever. I think her name's Catherine. I read an article about her.
The one they interview during the show?
The one that's alive.
Yeah.
She is also really weird.
She, like,
the one that
I
bailed
never
him
looked up
out.
any. Yeah, I never looked up any information on her, but from seeing the documentary series, I was like, yeah, she was really weird.
Yeah, like I read an article that was like everything you need to know about her. It's just like technically they're still married. They're legally married still.
Okay.
So I like want to know.
But he was out living in like Texas and stuff.
Yeah. But she's just like so weird because their marriage is very much a conventional marriage, and like they have all these like theories about how like she knows a lot about him.
Yeah.
What he's done. So
Yeah.
he married her so that she can't testify against him. And in return, he's like giving her a ton of money.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing.
Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, like that's so like weird that you are being okay, like being married to this like psychopath and like getting his money. And I just like she's like there isn't really much about her other than that. Like it's so strange to me. But like, why would you like apart from all this money, like what else is in it for her? Like why? Like I don't know. I need to see the show.
They don't really spend that much time on her.
I know, but like at least I get to learn about him and like maybe kind of get a sense why she's like weirdly involved in this too, you know? Because there's two people that are alive that know all the horrible things that he did.
Yeah, I'm on his Wikipedia page right now, and it doesn't really say that much about like how they even met.
Yeah. They met in New York, that's all I know. But it's just like...
But besides that, there's like really...
There's nothing.
Just like, just before Susie Berman died, they got married.
Yeah.
And then they briefly shared an apartment together, but they've never lived together.
Yeah.
As husband and wife. Yeah, it's like very clearly not a real marriage.
It's a conventional marriage.
Yeah, so... Yeah, it's just really weird.
So interesting.
Rich people, man. Rich white people.
Never gonna be
Yawn.
Rich and white. Just kidding.
I mean, half of those things, yes.
But yeah, so much good TV.
Yeah, I mean, really, this time of year is always very TV filled. There's like so many other shows that like I'm either barely getting into or like I'm not gonna watch just because I can't handle the idea of like watching another show.
Yeah.
Like I started watching The Last Man on Earth. I saw like the first 2 episodes.
I still need to see that.
Yeah, it was funny. I just haven't watched any other ones yet. And then there's this one's been out for a while. Better Call Saul, the Breaking Bad spinoff.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch Breaking Bad, so I'm not interested.
Right, yeah. I've watched the first episode of that one too, but it was so incredibly sad that I couldn't get myself to watch another one. It was just like, you know, this guy's life just sucks so hard, and you know it doesn't end well because
you know
it's a prequel.
Yeah,
you know how he ends up. And in the first episode, they show you like more of like where he ends up after Breaking Bad has ended, and it's not a good place. So to me, it was just way too sad, and I thought it was gonna be a little bit of a lighter, funnier show, but it's not. So I was like, I can't get myself to watch the rest of this, even though I've heard really good things about it. I've like heard it's a very good show, but I can't watch it. It's too sad. But if you are really into Breaking Bad and Saul Goodman, you should watch it. I'm sure we're missing like a million other shows that other people are watching, but whatever.
Those are the ones that we care about.
These are the ones, that have been on our minds that we are very into.
Yes.
Coolio.
Thanks for listening as always.
Yeah, you can listen to this episode and all other episodes on YouTube. Just search We Are Semi-Serious and we will come up.
Like the first hit.
Yeah. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to follow us on Twitter. I was going to say, like, if you want to keep up with us.
We don't really keep up, but
we don't really tweet that much from that account. But it also has our personal Twitter accounts.
So go follow all 3 of them.
Yeah, so follow We Are, the letter R, Semi-Serious on Twitter. We always tweet when we have a new episode coming up. So
you want to follow us, then follow us on Twitter.
Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.